exponential function for a linear expression ex plus b is 1 over a, then e to the power of ax plus b. Inshallah, today we'll start new integration. Integrate a linear function written in denominator. Integrate a linear function written in the denominator. Integrate 1 over ax plus b by dx. Like integrate 1 over 2x plus 3 by dx. Will be 1 over a, then ln ax plus b. 1 over a coefficient of x, which is 2, ln 2x plus 3. Integrate 1 over 5 minus 2x by dx is equal to integrate 1 over 5 minus 2x is 1 over a. Where is a? Coefficient of x, which is minus 2. 1 over a. ln 5 minus 2x. Don't forget to write c after your integration. What about if we have integrate a constant number b over ax plus c, or if it's written ax plus b and outside c by dx? Keep the constant, whatever it, keep the constant, which is c, divided by a ln ax plus b plus c. Yes. Let's start now to solve some question about the integrate function written in this form. Look at part A. Integrate 1 over a linear expression. But maybe it's not 1, it's 2. Keep 2 divided by the coefficient of x, which is 1, then ln of what? ln of x. Again, plus c, correct. Part B. This is a linear expression. If there is a constant up, keep it 4. Because you said integrate a function written in the form of ax plus b. What about in case if we have a value? You can take this value outside of the integration and apply the integration rule. 1 over a ln 2x plus 1. But you can write 4 over a. So if it is constant value, like 4, will be, instead of writing 1 over a, I will write what? 4 divided by coefficient of x, which is 2, then ln 2x plus 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2, then simplify. Part C. Part C. 6 divided by coefficient of x, which is -3, then ln 2 minus 3x, then plus c. Don't try to ask me if it is squared. Inshallah, we'll study this later. Inshallah. Why we write what? 2 over 1? It's okay too, but I explained why it's 1. Because maybe one asked me why it's 2. Maybe ask me why it's -3. So this is why I wrote it. But in the final answer, write 2 is ln x plus c. It's correct. In general, integrate 1 over ax plus b by dx is 1 over a, then ln ax plus b, then plus c. When I give you integrate by limit in this question, when I give you integrate by limit, and you start to substitute by the values inside ln, there is no a number negative. There is no a number negative. This is why, in general, I will write like this, a modulus sign. You have to write it in case if you have a limit. But in this case, if we have an expression, you can write ax plus b, it's okay. But for the limits, if say I give you integrate from k to l, and you start to substitute by l minus substitute by k, maybe you will get this value inside is a negative, so change it. This is the question. In case if we have a limit. Integrate 2 to 3, 6 over 2 minus 3x. First, how to integrate it? 6 divided by coefficient of x, which is negative 3. Then ln, write the modulus sign, 2 minus 3x. Then plus c. No, we don't have, we have a limit, so no need to write c. Then I will substitute by the value of 3, then substitute by the value of 2. But you can simplify. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. ln 2 minus 3x, start and end. Start 2, 3. We'll start to substitute by 3. As I told you, if you listen in this part, we have a modulus sign here. Because if you start to substitute by 3, 3 by 3 is 9. So 2 minus 9 is, and we have a modulus sign, so will be ln 7 minus negative 2 ln substitute by 2. If you substitute by 2 will be negative 3 times 2, negative 6. 2 minus 6 is, so write what? 4. Simplify your answer. Negative 2 ln 7. Negative is positive ln 4. If I ask you to write your answer as a single fraction, a single logarithm, we'll read this value up, will be ln 7 to the power of negative 2, then ln 4 squared. If it is plus, will be ln 7 to the power of negative 2 times 4 to the power of 2, will be ln 16 over 49. How to integrate sine, cosine, and the sec squared? Why those written sec squared with sine and cosine? Because it came from tan. Differentiation of tan is sec squared. This is the inverse. Differentiation of sine is cosine. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. Differentiation of tan is sec squared. So, if I ask you to integrate sine ax plus b by dx, integrate cosine ax plus b dx, integrate sec squared ax plus b by dx. Integrate of sine came from
negative cosine.
So the answer will be negative cosine. Again, integrate of sine. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. So if it is negative sine, will be cosine. We don't have here negative, so the answer will be negative cosine. AX plus B plus C. But we have here a coefficient of x. If you differentiate it, we'll write it outside. So will be 1 over A. Again for part cosine. Cosine came from sine. Differentiation of sine is cosine. So will be positive. 1 over A sine AX plus B, then plus C. Sec squared came from tan. Will be 1 over A, then tan AX plus B plus C. So integrate of sine, negative cosine. Integrate of cosine, sine. Integrate of sec squared. Don't try to ask me what about integrate of tan. We'll study it. I need only sine, cosine, sec squared. Clear? But we'll explain inshallah how to integrate sine squared to sine cube, cosine squared, cosine cube. No.
It's in bigger field, right?
Yes.
A pure field.
Yeah. Integrate of sine. Differentiate of sine is cosine. But when I ask it to integrate, it will be negative. Differentiation of cosine, differentiation of tan, differentiation of sine AX, this is the derivative. Differentiation. Now we'll write integration. If there is coefficient and if there is not. Integrate of cosine, sine. He switched the order. I started with integrate of sine and wrote negative cosine. But he wrote here integrate of cosine will be sine. Correct. Because differentiation of sine is cosine. But when I ask it to integrate sine, negative cosine plus C. Integrate of sec squared, tan x. In case if we have coefficient, 1 over A. So show the difference between differentiation, integration. Differentiation multiplied by A. Integration divided by A. Or 1 over A.
It's 1. So it's 30 seconds.
Let's start now part A, B, C. Integrate of sine is cosine or negative cosine? Negative cosine. Negative. 1 over. 1 over what? 2. Cosine 2x plus C. It's given in the form sheet. Integrate of sine is negative cosine. Integrate of cosine is sine. 1 over 3 sine 3x plus C. Sec squared tan. What about 4? 4 is a constant. Leave it. Leave it outside of integration. 4. 1 over. What is the value of A? Half. Half. So will be reciprocal will be 2. 1 over A. You can write it like this. Sec squared half x. So 1 over A. Integrate of sec squared is tan x over 2, then plus C. You can simplify. Will be 8 tan x over 2 plus c. Clear? If we have a limit, this limit written in red, use red system, not degrees. First, start to integrate. Integrate 3 is 3x minus, keep 2. Integrate of sign, negative 1 over 2 cosine 2x from 0 to pi over 4. We have a limit. Simplify. 3x, negative is positive, cosine 2x, start limits from 0 to pi over 4. Substitute by pi over 4 first, minus substitute by 0. Substitute by pi over 4, 3 times pi over 4 plus cosine 2 times pi over 4 minus 3 times 0 plus cosine 2 times 0. May I ask you to get your answer exact? 3 pi over 4 plus, if you simplify this, you will get pi over 2, which is 90. Cosine 90 is 0. Minus 0. Cosine 0 is 1. So 3 pi over 4 minus 1. This is the exact value. You can write your answer 3 significant figure if it is written or decimal place. This is integration of trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, and the sec squared. Look at exercise 5C. Is it okay? You can't solve any? Just direct. Integrate of sine, negative. So negative 1 over a, then cosine 3x plus c. Cosine 4x, 1 over 4 sine 4x plus c. Integrate sine x over 2 means a is 1 over 2. Sine is negative cosine, so negative 1 over half, then cosine half x. Yes. Some questions given by limits. Look at question number 3 is different. If you look directly to part B, Ahris can answer this question. If I ask integrate x cosine x, but till now we didn't study it. This type of integration, it's called integrate by parts. We'll study it in details, inshallah, in paper 3. Integrate by parts. But how come you can ask me this question now without giving integration by parts? Because no, we cannot. We cannot take variables outside. It will be like u times v. It's not a derivative. It's not a differentiation. It's integration. If I ask you to integrate and differentiate, it's okay. U dash times v plus v dash times u. We have a rule like this for integration, which is called integration by parts. Till now, we didn't study integration by parts. This is why it's written part A. This means hence. It's written also hence. So you have to use part A to solve part B. So we cannot integrate x cosine x by using a sine, cosine, or sec squared. But because integration inverse operation of differentiation. So look at first part A. and try to use part A to solve part B. Now, let's start part A first. D over dx means differentiate. Differentiation, if it is plus, separate functions. Differentiate the first one plus differentiate the second one. But the first one is a product of two functions, u times v. Don't try to differentiate each. It's u times v, u dash times v, v dash times u. Let's start now to differentiate. Differentiation of x sine x plus cosine x is equal. Differentiation first, 1 multiplied by second, plus differentiation of second, cosine x multiplied by first, plus differentiation of cosine is negative sine x. Simplify your answer, negative sign, positive sign, so the answer is x cosine x. Differentiation of this equal x cosine x. So integrate of this will be x sine x plus cosine x. You ask me to differentiate. The result is x cosine x. So when I ask to integrate without any workout, the result will be x sine x plus cosine x. This is clear? Yes. In the final exam, for A2 level, if it is written part A differentiate and the part B integrate, hence this means will be directly inverse operation. So when I look at the derivative, it's x cosine x. If it is x cosine x and asked to integrate x cosine x, just write this answer plus c. Then we'll substitute. So in part B now, when you ask to integrate 0 till third pi x cosine x by dx, just write your answer x cosine x. Just write x sine x plus cosine x from 0 to third pi and use substitution method directly. Clear? But inshallah, I tried to solve a question in paper 3. I found directly I asked to integrate x cosine x because inshallah we'll study integration by parts, a product of two different functions. How to integrate this type of integration? It's called integration by parts. We'll explain it. But if it is written part A differentiate and the part B integrate and written hence, you have to use the inverse operation. Yes. A curve, if it is given dy by dx, how to get y? Use integration. To get the equation of the curve, he have to give a point. When it is given a point, so you can find the calculate and the value of c. dy by dx, its integrate will be y. How to integrate 1? Will be x. Integrate, not differentiate. Integrate 1 is x minus 3. How to integrate sine 2x? Negative 1 over coefficient of x, then cosine 2x, then plus c. If you simplify your answer, y equals x plus 3 over 2 cosine 2x plus 2 plus c. It's a given point on the curve x and y. Substitute y 0, x is pi over 4, 3 over 2, cosine x is pi over 4 plus c. So 0 equals pi over 4 plus 3 over 2 cosine 0, cosine 90 is 1. Because this is 2 will be pi over 2, cosine 90 is 0, plus c, so c is negative pi over 4. Just remove c and write negative pi over 4. This is the equation of the curve. Gradient. Yes. If it starts with second derivative, to get the first derivative, integrate, substitute by, you have to give dy by dx, give the gradient. If we start to integrate second derivative, you will get what? First derivative. You have to give me information about the first derivative to calculate c. Then we'll integrate again. You have to give me a point to get the second value of c. Let's start. Integrate of second derivative will be first derivative equal negative 12 is a constant. How to integrate sine? Negative 1 over 2 cosine 2x minus 2. How to integrate cosine? Will be negative sine plus c. Simplify, dy by dx is equal, negative negative is positive, 12 divided by 2, 6, cosine 2x, negative negative is positive, 2 sine x plus c. How to calculate c? Read. It's a given that dy by dx is 4. When x equal 6 cosine 2 times 0 will be 0 plus 2 sine 0 plus c. So 4 equals cosine 0 is 1. Sine 0 is 0. So c equals what? Negative 2. Now dy by dx is 6 cosine 2x plus 2 sine x minus 2. Then we'll start to integrate again. Integrate dy by dx is y. Equation of the curve, y. 6 is a constant. How to integrate cosine 2x? 1 over 2 sine. There is no negative here. Integrate of cosine is positive. 2x plus 2. Integrate of sine. Cosine x. Sorry, negative. You are right now. Negative. Minus integrate of 2. 2x plus. I will change c and write k. But it's okay and if write c. Now, you can simplify. Y equal 6 times half is 3 sine 2x minus 2 cosine x minus 2x plus k. It's given here a point on the curve. This is x and this is y. Remove y and write negative 3. X is 5 over 2. Simplify, negative 3 is 3 times. Cancel 2 with 2. Pi, sine pi is 0. Right? Minus 2 cosine pi over 2, 0. Minus pi plus k. So k is negative 3 plus pi. You can now remove k and write negative 3 plus pi. He asked you to find what? The equation of the curve. Find the equation of the curve. So if we start with dy by dx, just only one c. If we start with the second derivative, integrate, find the first derivative, integrate, find second derivative, then find the value of c. Do you remember application of area and the volume? You can apply it for any function. So he asked to get the area, find the exact area. Area under the curve and the x-axis is integrate from start to end y by dx. The problem for this question, where is the limit? Where? The limit starts from 0 till the intersection with x-axis. So you have to solve the equation. How to get the intersection with x-axis? Y equals 0. If y equals 0, we'll write 1 plus root 3 sine 2x plus cosine 2x equals 0. But how to solve this equation? You have to get the intersection with x-axis. So equals 0. And solve the trigonometric equation. Then you will find a and b. Then start to integrate. Integrate of sine we studied today. Integrate of cosine we studied. So you can find the area under the curve and the x-axis.